Blessings to each and everyone. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Really do appreciate you here. Well, this video is all about for persons who have their green card and intending and traveling outside of the US. Well, video is for you. Want you to check this out and then we will have a discussion at the end. Check it out.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you should not leave the United States. Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. I'm shooting this video in mid-March 2025, and I'm here to tell you that we've been seeing stories left and right of people who have valid immigration status not being allowed back into the United States. And it's sort of scary. We saw just this last week a green card holder get deported, a lady who had a pending green card case who flew back from Puerto Rico get deported. We saw the actress from Canada who had the TN visa, went to the border to get a visa renewal and was not only denied her visa, but she was also taken into custody and detained for 10 days around the southern border before she was sent back to Canada. So these are unusual times that we are in. These are the frontal attacks by Customs and Border Protection on immigrants at the border that we're going to see more and more of, and we're getting more and more news stories of. Now, historically, there have always been people who get refused at the border, right? But what we're seeing is the legal immigrants having their rights taken away, being detained, being forced to try to waive those rights, and being asked to surrender their green cards at the border. So if you are a green card holder, if you are an H-1B visa holder, if you are a student and you are in the United States, anybody who is not a U.S. citizen should not leave the United States. We're giving it until the end of the year, until we can see how litigation impacts this, how changes and things that happen at the border. We're going to keep track of what's going on a sort of a case-by-case basis. But at the end of the day, no one can guarantee that you will be allowed back into the United States if you are a green card holder or if you are a visa holder. There's no right, as Marco Rubio famously said last week, to a visa in the United States, and there's certainly no right to enter the United States. And nowhere does the president have more authority, that the executive branch has the power in regulating who comes into the United States. That is their supreme power. That's one of the strongest things he has. That's the basis of the prior Muslim bans, the travel ban that's coming. The president and the executive branch have a ton of discretion as to who they let into the United States and what they make you do to get into the United States. So what this means is, as always, let's say there's a small chance of you not being allowed back into the United States. What we're telling people is, if you're not a U.S. citizen, if you can't afford to be stuck outside the United States for 6, 9, or 12 months or longer, then you should not leave the United States. There's an invisible wall coming up around the United States, and you may...
All right, now that you have here all what you have to say, let us talk about this. As he explained, for people who have their green card intending on traveling, they are advising you not to travel outside of the US because there's a possibility when you are coming back in the US, they may take your green card, they may turn you back, deport you, etc. And as he stated, for some people, if you can afford to stay outside of the country for probably 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, etc. Now, a lot of people are getting panic over these things. And all of these immigration lawyers, everyone have a different explanation and things. Everyone have a different take. And all of this, what is going on right now. When you hear all of these things, a lot of people, they are getting panic. They are getting scared. But I will say to you, and don't get scared of what is happening. Once you know you don't have any form of criminal record, once you know you never have any run-in with the law, where your name maybe at the police station and stuff like that. Once you know your record is clean and you want to travel, feel free to travel. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous, because a lot of these lawyers, they will give out all different type of videos, and a lot of people, they get scared, want to travel and afraid to travel, right? Don't be afraid. You want to travel, go ahead and travel. The only person who should be afraid of traveling are for those who have run-ins with the law, who have maybe been locked up before, charged for something, or have any form of criminal record. Those are the kind of people who should not travel, because once you go outside, you're coming back in, your name is going to pop up, and with all of what is going on now, people like those, they are the ones who will probably get their green card taken away from them or get turned back, and you know, you will probably just be deported. Those are just the kind of people. Because once you come at the port and they know that, oh, something, you have some form of record, maybe a felony, whatever it could be, they could easily like, oh, just take your card, take your green card, and just put you back on a flight and get you outside the country. When you're outside the country, it is not that easy for you to get any form of anything done, so to speak, so you can be returned back to this country. Then no, that ain't gonna happen. So if you have a criminal record, then don't travel. For people, once you know you have a clean slate, go ahead, feel free to travel. Don't be scared of all of what these lawyers are saying. You know what I mean? And that's just it. Well then, yes, so that's just it. If you make it this far in the video and you like this video, just go ahead, press that like button. You can also subscribe to the channel, and as soon as we have any more updates, then you know we will be presenting it to you all. And that's just it for now. And as we would always say, if it ain't green, it ain't we. Yes, sir.